بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا وحبيب إلهنا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين وصحبه المنتجبين. Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers. In another program from the holy shrine of Imam Rida, I'd like to take you through another Islamic rule concerning our practices in Islam. One of the subjects in praying and salat that I believe needs more clarification is the time of the expiry of maghreb and esha prayers, the time of the expiry of evening and night prayers. We all know that the dawn or morning or fajr prayer expires with the sunrise, and we know that the dhuhr and asr, the noon and afternoon prayers, they expire with the sunset, the maghreb. But when does exactly the maghreb prayer expire? When does the esha prayer expire? Most of you may already know that the maghreb and the esha, the evening and the night prayer, they expire by the midnight. As we call it, they become qada. It means if you have not been able to perform your prayer between maghreb and the midnight, your maghreb or esha prayer would be qada. In other words, you have lost and missed the chance to perform your obligatory prayer during its ascribed time. However, this is not exactly the case. If for any reason, sometimes you're on the road, sometimes you have been very sick, or sometimes, unfortunately, it may be the case that you have been careless and you forgot to perform your maghreb or your esha prayer, and now it's past midnight. Do not be under the impression that these two prayers or any of these two prayers is now qada, that you have to perform later. Because when a prayer becomes qada, you may perform it at any other time later on. It doesn't have to be the next day or the following day. It could be next month, next year, or any time before your death. So what needs clarification is this, that your maghreb and esha prayer do not become qada. The time does not expire. You may perform your maghreb and esha before the call for prayer of dawn, before the adhan for fajr. Please bear that in mind. If you miss your maghreb or esha prayer and it's after the midnight, you still have time to perform your prayer, and it is not qada. There is a slight difference. If you perform these two prayers before midnight, it would be considered as ada. It means you have fulfilled your duty appropriately. You have discharged yourself of your duty. So it would be ada. But after midnight, it will not be qada. It would be something that we call ma fi dhimma. It is still your responsibility. You still have time to fulfill that duty. Although you have missed the right time, you still have the time to avoid these two prayers from becoming qada. So please bear in mind that the maghreb and esha, of course, it should be and it must be fulfilled and performed before midnight. But for any reason, if it happens that your maghreb and your esha prayer comes and falls at a time that is after the midnight, please do not be under the impression that they are now qada. you still have the time to perform them, and you must perform them, and they will only become qada after the dawn prayer. Of course, Grand Ayatollah Sistani believes that people who allow their Maghrib and Isha prayer to be lapsed and fall after the midnight on purpose, for them their prayers are qada. But if they have forgotten, or if they have had mitigating circumstances, for them it would be ma fi dhamma, and it would not be qada until the dawn. All other scholars believe that regardless of whether it has been intentional or unintentional, the Maghrib and Isha prayer can be performed up until the dawn call for prayer. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.